Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yesterday, Tom Brady went out there and he got his 7th ring. This guy is a leader, and as many of you know, he has been at this game for a long time. He's 43 years old. It looked like his career was going to end. He didn't retire. He went south to a new team, took a team that has been traditionally garbage for the past 15 years or so. 1 year, takes him to the top, wins a Super Bowl as a wild card team. This guy is the greatest of all time. May not be the most athletic player, but he's great. However, that doesn't stop a lot of people on the left from having a lot of preconceived notions about him and just getting angry with his success. And I'm going to explain exactly why this is in this video. I would like to briefly talk a little bit about the Super Bowl itself. The NFL has really gone downhill. The whole social justice issue is turning off a lot of viewers, and as a result, a lot of my own audience probably isn't even going to watch this video to begin with, and I really can't blame them. So make sure you share this video on social media as well to increase the video's reach, because it is an important video, and it is really more to do with politics and more to do with our culture than it does have to do with sports itself. And you could see this during the Super Bowl. You could see this during the advertisements. It starts off with a speech from Joe Biden to the entire Super Bowl. Now, I don't recall Donald Trump speaking at any of the past 4 Super Bowls. The first Super Bowl back, Biden gets to talk, and he said a couple boring things, and nobody really cared. There's many credible reports that the crowd in Florida, by and large, booed Joe Biden, which I find to be especially hilarious. It's funny that Trump gets booed by the Washington, D.C. corporate crowd, but in places like Alabama and places like Georgia and Florida, he gets cheered, whereas Joe Biden gets booed. I thought that that was pretty funny. There were a lot of commercials that I found to be terrible. They were mixing in a lot of the social justice rhetoric in the commercials as well. And you could see this with the fact that one of the commercials actually had a man apologize for mansplaining, which is not a thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. Apparently, you can't explain something to a woman in 2021, but that's beside the point. The commercials were terrible. I thought the halftime show was terrible. The commercials in the halftime show haven't really been good for about a decade now, and it's pretty sad to see the downfall of the Super Bowl event, the downfall of the NFL, and they're mixing in the wokeness with pretty much everything nowadays. And that really makes the sport unwatchable to a whole lot of people, and I can exactly understand why. I still do watch the NFL from time to time, but it has gotten a lot harder to watch. That I will admit. And seeing the crowd's reaction to Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl itself was very telling. Now, most people in the normal world were happy for Brady. Whether you like him or not, he's a very talented player. He was selected in the 6th round and wasn't the most athletic guy, but he fought tooth and nail, and he became a leader. And he's one of the best leaders in all of sports. And my Super Bowl prediction was right. I had the Buccaneers winning. They won by a lot more than I thought they would, but my prediction was right, and Nate Plastic, he got it wrong, as usual. He gets everything wrong. But looking at this, Tom Brady was being called a racist for winning the Super Bowl during Black History Month. A lot of left-wingers were seething online. These tweets are just beyond me, the lack of intellect within them. Just thinking how Tom Brady has gotten all of his rings during Black History Month seems very racist to me, this guy said. Little does he know the Super Bowl is played in February every month. It's been played in February for the better part of a century for now. And then all these tweets were talking about the fact that Tom Brady was racist for winning in Black History Month. And I know some of these tweets are, satire, obviously. But there were a lot of other tweets that we saw from high-profile left-wingers as well that were losing their mind at this. The fact that Tom Brady supported Donald Trump, it makes them lose their mind. And this is a tweet that is pretty funny. Saying, watching the Super Bowl and seeing so many people in one place is making my heart race. This feels unsafe. However, this individual participated in the large, widespread BLM protests in June and July at the same time. So apparently it's okay to gather in large quantities as long as you're supporting something that deals with the left-wing agenda. Yeah, that's exactly what this is about. They were clowning on Florida because Florida had the Super Bowl with, a large gathering. They're saying Florida's irresponsible. It's funny how they always like to trash on DeSantis. And you could look at the fact that Florida and California, obviously Newsom, he gets praise. Cuomo gets praise. But at the same time, Florida is doing better than both states when you adjust for all the factors by and large. And Ron DeSantis, they say that he's a maniac. They say he's a killer, but they praise Cuomo, who sent the, COVID patients into nursing homes and killed a lot of grandparents. No, that's okay. They'll sweep that under the rug. It doesn't exactly fit their agenda. And then the tweet goes on to say, and I guess I'm rooting for the team with the racist name over the team with the Trump-loving quarterback in a sport that still hasn't apologized to Colin Kaepernick. Okay, let's just start from the top here. The Chiefs is not really a racist name. It's not. It's not been racist. It's never going to be racist. Just like the Redskins team name was not racist. Several Native American high schools on reservations carry the team Redskins. They do it with pride. It's not racist to them. It shouldn't be racist to the rest of the country and the white liberals that live in Nova that get so offended by it. And looking further into this, they will find a way to change every NFL team name. And this is really just what social Marxism does. It's what communism usually does. It, creates an identityless society, just like the Washington football team. It's very dystopian. You're going to see this in Kansas City. You're already seeing the Cleveland Indians and the MLB changing their name. Apparently, the New England Patriots are going to be racist because, the Patriots, it's nationalistic. They're going to have to change that. The Detroit Lions, that's very offensive because it exploits animals, and all the other team names that exploits animals, they have to go. The Dallas Cowboys is racist because it'll promote toxic masculinity. They're not going to stop. It's going to continue and continue. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Green Bay Packers, those exploit union workers. Therefore, they have to be taken out. Also, those union workers hold racist views according to these people. Therefore, the team names are also racist. It goes on and on and on. You're never going to end with these people. That's why you have to stand your ground no matter what. And of course, they're going to hate Tom Brady because Tom Brady supports Trump. That is one of the reasons why they despise Tom Brady. It's because he supports Trump, because he is an unapologetic conservative, Christian, straight white male who is successful, who built himself up from a 6th-round pick into something successful. That's what they hate. That's what they despise. And, of course, she goes on to say that the NFL still hasn't apologized to Colin Kaepernick. They have nothing to apologize for, even though they have given him millions upon millions of dollars. And it's funny because we've seen these people tweet about how Colin Kaepernick has been one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, despite the fact that he got benched for Blaine Gabbert before he decided to do his publicity stunt. So it shows you exactly where their mindset is. It has nothing to do with the game of football. It's not a meritocracy, according to them. It's about how much you can virtue signal. Doesn't matter if you're a 2nd or 3rd string quarterback who goes vegan and loses a bunch of weight and essentially becomes unsignable because of it, and especially because they want, millions of dollars on top of it, because that's exactly what happened to Kaepernick. He essentially quit his job. He opted out of his contract. But instead, they're going to play the victim for him. They're going to play the victim along with him. And they're going to use it to slander somebody like Tom Brady, because Brady represents everything the left hates, and he represents everything that the right should be. We need to be leaders if we want to win moving forward. Tom Brady is an exceptional leader. He's the greatest football player of all time, except for Matt Prater, of course. Obviously, nobody is anywhere close to as good as Matt Prater, but Tom Brady is essentially, for all intents and purposes, the GOAT of all time. He has won 7 rings. Nobody else has accomplished that feat. He's in his mid-40s, throwing for 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And this is a guy that was, picked in the 6th round. Every team passed on him 5 or 6 times, except the Patriots. He was benched at University of Michigan. But he is successful, independently successful. He rose to the top, and he took New England to the top. Look at where New England is without him. Everybody wants to say it's Belichick. Well, I like Belichick, but Belichick failed this year without Tom Brady. The Patriot way does not exist without Tom Brady. Look at the Lions. When they tried to copy the Patriot way from 2018 to 2020, they fell flat on their face. If you want to look at the Patriots without Brady, they fell flat on their face. If you want to look at Tampa Bay with Brady, they shot up to the top. So you can see that Tom Brady is a leader. These people hate Tom Brady because he is a leader. And that is what they do. And when it comes to Brady, they specifically hate Tom Brady because of this reason, because he represents everything the establishment is afraid of: a straight, white, Christian, male conservative that stands their ground, that's a leader, and that's a winner. That's exactly what they hate, because they hate the traditional American way of things. And it's not really that much to do with race either. It's funny because the Smithsonian put this out, talking about how evil whiteness is, how evil white culture is. And you look at it and it talks about, rugged individualism, building yourself up, the nuclear family, the scientific method, religion, history, aesthetics, competition. These are Western values, regardless of race. And these are things that should be perpetuated because this is American culture. It's not white culture. But they specifically target white men like Tom Brady, especially conservative white men, because they represent everything that they see to be wrong with America. And that's really where we're at right now. So the nuclear family, you look at Tom Brady, when he won the NFC Championship game, what did he do first? He went up and he hugged his son. They hate the family. They hate it. They hate that Tom Brady is a conservative, successful, Christian family man. They hate it. They do. And they despise him for it because he's unapologetic. He never apologizes. He never walks back. And he is a leader, and he's a proven winner. And they just despise him for it. And that's really the way it is. That's really the takeaway from this video. So just understand that when they're criticizing Tom Brady, it's not because Tom Brady's a bad player, because he's not. It's not because Tom Brady's not a leader. It's just because of the insecurity of the left to see somebody like Tom Brady succeed in America, because that's what they want to take away from us. And that's exactly what Brady represents. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon, or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.